this week I promised I would do a vlog on Disney. So let's go with my favourite parts of Disney. Disney, is as magical as it is the best place on earth for children. You definitely need to go if you have little kids. For adults, on the other hand, it can be a drain. I am not one to disrespect Disney. I love it, I enjoyed it, but I will say queuing at Disney is not my fun part. It is much better than the UK, may I add, but in terms of queuing as an adult with loads of children, and you don't have children yourself, it is so tough. So all you adults that are going to Disney, be prepared. So I know America, all about their air conditioning, they have to be, is ridiculously hot over there. When it comes to standing in a queue, until you get onto the inside of a building, it is not. You are going to be standing in that heat and that humidity, and sometimes for a minimum of 120 minutes, which I found a joke. You'd be standing there. I think the worst one I found was Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom. That was such a horrible queue. So we unfortunately had some children, teenagers, whatever, in front of us who were the most annoying people I've ever met in my life. And they've got these bells around them. They were ringing every single bell. We were in the queue for a while, like 40, 45 minutes. It was horrible. And it was a hot day as well, so you're already really sticky. And stupidly, I had just finished a bottle of water before I went on the ride, because I thought, oh, it's fine, it's only saying half-hour queue, that's fine, I'll do the half hour and I'll go. No, that wasn't the case. Always keep water on you, no matter if you are queuing or you're just about to go on a ride. Always have a bottle of water in your bag, because I can guarantee you, you're going to need it. It's painful, and you need to keep hydrated out there. Especially try not to drink alcohol while you're there. As lovely as it is, you do not want to be dehydrated, because you are going to suffer. I also found with queuing in America, they're not as organised as British people are with queuing. They're not familiar with queuing. If you go to a shop and things like that, they're not as familiar or as organised as we are. We are very patient people, the English people, when it comes to queuing. Americans, on the other hand, not so much. Yeah, we found they were very much, especially at the airports as well, which, okay, isn't really Disney related, but they did not like the idea of waiting. It's like, you have to wait, you're at an airport, like, what do you expect? So yeah, queue times, queue waiting, not great. Take plenty of water, and if you can, one of these portable fans, they came so in handy on Disney. I think they do sell them there for about $20, but I got mine from the pound shop. Did exactly the same thing. Okay, they didn't spray the water at you, but we just bought a mist instead. Did the trick absolutely fine. And yeah, just make sure you go to Walmart and stock up on water, because water in the parks is about $3, which I think is quite dear really, when you can go to like Walmart down the road and get a whole pack of 16 for $3. Just me though, it might be different if you feel like, no, if you've got your passes on your like magic bands and that you've got food and drinks included, you go for it. I love it. My top 5 most definitely things you have to do when you're at Disney. So if I'm gonna go with rides, you have to 100% do all the mountains. Space, Splash, Thunder. Oh, do them all. They are absolutely incredible, especially for teenagers, adults. They're incredible. Splash Mountain has to be the funniest ride I've ever done in my life. Space Mountain, I was nearly sick because it is so intense. And is it Thunder Mountain, Splash and Thunder? I really enjoyed all three. Absolutely loved. I have to say though, one of the best rides that I've done has to be Expedition Everest. Bar the queuing, incredible. Did not expect to be going backwards. Wow, loved it. Even Adam enjoyed it, which was shocking. We were right at the front as well, so we were like, oh, all the time. It was really good. I would definitely say make sure you stay and watch Happily Ever After at Magical Kingdom. That is hands down the best fireworks. Every Disney princess in the world who's sitting here, whoever's watching this who's a Disney fan will know it's so good. I have the Happily Ever After like soundtrack saved on my Spotify. I listen to it a lot. I really like it. I have to say though, not just the Happily Ever After, but Rivers of Light, that got me. I was really like touched by that, the message behind that. So if anybody else has had that same feeling, do give me a comment. Wow, it's really beautiful. Definitely worth watching while you're there. Food and drink at the parks. So if you've got your meal plan with your hotel, then brilliant, you're gonna have a whale of a time. But if you didn't, like we didn't, food is quite expensive at the parks. But I wouldn't even say expensive, because if you go to a theme park here, it's about the same as what you'd pay in a theme park in the UK. But if you think of the exchange rate, so $4 to us is like £3 something. It's cheaper in our heads because we're thinking, oh, you know, $8 for a burger, for us that's £7. It's not really that expensive. But in terms of dollars and all that, when you're out there, it's quite dear. We could easily spend like $50–60 a day on food out there. That's only if we're eating like one proper meal. To be fair, I didn't really eat much while I was out there because I've got such bad stomach issues. I just didn't, nothing appealed to me. I was having chips and living on like their crisps and things like that. But you have to go and get yourself one of the Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwiches, I think they are. They are amazing. I lived off of them. Oh, if I could go back right now, that is the first thing I would go and buy, is a Mickey sandwich. Watching Happily Ever After, best. Absolutely amazing. I think the best restaurant we went to at Disney has to be either the T-Rex restaurant at Disney Springs, which is the shopping complex. That's out of this world. It's like the Rainforest Cafe for dinosaurs. Brilliant, do it. And then the second one, which I really loved, was the Beauty and the Beast. Such a pretty room to be in. The food wasn't amazing, I'll say. It was good because of the experience you're getting, but for me it wasn't anything special. You paid, I think Adam's breakfast on its own was like $21 to get like a little filling, which I will post the video while I'm talking. You got like this whole breakfast and some extra pastries on the side and a drink for like $21. That to me is quite dear, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's beautiful. As you can see on the footage, it's absolutely stunning. It is so worth it in every way. Definitely go have a look. You will understand what I'm saying. My video does not do it justice. Go and have a look. The other places that I have for food, a couple of the ones we weren't keen on, a couple of the like hot dog stands, I think they were, mainly where Seven Dwarfs are. There was a couple of like stopped quick service restaurant things, and Adam had one where he had a hot dog and some chips. The crisps were really stale. The hot dog didn't look appealing whatsoever. So there's some places like that you just think, try and steer clear. Like, I can imagine there's nothing wrong with any of the food there, but tip and trick, try and avoid it as much as you possibly can. Try and stick to the main restaurants. To meetups, they are worth it. And if you have on your Magic Band got the photo passes, they are so worth the money. I know it's an extra $100 if you book them, if you don't book them with your ticket. So I was lucky, I booked my tickets direct through Disney, but ATD, I think they do included in their ticket price the photos, which it is so worth it, especially if you've got little children. Definitely get it, because all around the parks there's these people and they're like posted around where all the beautiful scenes are. So you've got not just the rides, you've also got if you're standing near a river, if you want to get pictures right by the tree at Animal Kingdom, they've got them everywhere. Every photo op we took, because it was so good, and it's so quick. Like, you tap your magic band and it's on your phone within minutes, which I thought was amazing, because you'd just be sitting there having some like a snack, some lunch, or just a quick water break, and the pictures would come up. Brilliant, absolutely incredible. And if you do get to go and do the photo ops, my favourite has to be the one with Baymax. Wow, he was so cool. He was so lovely. And I was like a massive child, and then I met Mickey and Minnie, and my heart was made up. That was it, that was the dream. I got it. And obviously Minnie Mouse saw my engagement ring, and she was just like, oh my god, I'm so happy, oh my god, and like doing all the hand movements, and Mickey was like, oh, so lovely. It was really nice, and it just made such a nice touch, because you're just standing there like the big child you are, like, I love Disney, I love you, Minnie. I met Daisy Duck, who is so nice. She's so cute, and I was just like, oh, gave her a massive hug like a child. At the age of 23, I am hands down admitting that I was an emotional wreck when it came to meeting them. That was the highlight of one of my days. I said, Adam, I've had the best day. And he was like, oh, why, what have we done? I met Daisy Duck, I met Minnie Mouse. What else is there to say? Really good. So definitely 100% get your photo passes. You'll see from my vlogs, which I will link down below on my channel, they were incredible. The rides at Disney, we had some amazing rides. So fast passes we had for Disney were really good. So in terms of fast passes to Disney, you get 3 a day. We managed to do the parks in 5 days. We had a 7-day pass booked through Disney, but we ended up not using the full 7 days, which I do kind of regret, because Disney was incredible, and I think we could have got a lot more done than what we did. But my top rides for Disney, for Magical Kingdom, my top rides have to be Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain. They are the best rides on earth. I really enjoyed the Little Mermaid ride. That was so good. I was singing away, even Adam was singing away. It was so good. I really enjoyed the Rock and roller coaster at Hollywood Studios. That is something else. I absolutely love Aerosmith and going completely fast. It was just the absolute perfect thing for us. I'm gutted that we didn't get to see the Toy Story World. That opened 2 weeks after we went. I was so gutted. You could see it all being built and it looked incredible from what we saw, but I was just so gutted that we missed it, because I would have absolutely adored it. We didn't get to do the 7 Dwarfs, which I really wish we had. Everyone goes on about how amazing it was, but the queue times for it were like 150 minutes, and we were just like, we just can't be sitting down in here in a queue waiting for that. That's just not gonna happen. So we've decided against it. So maybe when I announce that I'm going to Disney again, please Adam, I will definitely book the 7 Dwarfs next time. Test track was really cool. I didn't expect to enjoy that as much, but I created this car and it was disgustingly poor. It looked horrible, but I came second. Yeah, this guy came second. It was really good. He's so funny and so worth it. One thing I was disappointed in while I was there was the safaris. Tip for anybody who's going there, don't bother. Some people might say different, some people might say it was absolutely amazing. Okay, like the lions were incredible, but it wasn't anything special. I didn't feel like I came off of that ride thinking, wow. It just wasn't, it was just a load of animals. I could have just walked around the zoo and saw them. It made no difference being there, and the queue times on it were so long just for that. I don't think so, not worth it. If you want to use it as a fast pass, go for it. If you've only got like one left and you think, oh, what can I spend, what can I do, give it a go. But it wasn't anything special, if I'm honest. I didn't get to do the Flight of Passage at Avatar, which again I wish I had, but we just could not get a fast pass on it. We were on our fast passes like months in advance. We were like, no, we want to get it 30 days before, we want to get it. We couldn't, it was gone. We managed to get the Navari River Passage, which on its own is, again, it's amazing. I cannot fault that whatsoever. Definitely go and do it. Really, really good. Avatar and Pandora itself is amazing. The shops, on the other hand, are so tiny and there's only one main shop. So be prepared. It is like being a sardine in a can. It's ridiculous. We walked in and walked out. We didn't even get a chance to look, which I'm really gutted because I wanted to get one of the Avatar Pandora people made. So you can get them, and what happens is they do like a scan of your face. They take all your personality traits into it and they create this doll for you. It's about $80, but I guess if you're only going to do it the once and you say you've got one child and that is what they want, it's personalised to them. It is a really unique gift and definitely worth it. Adam did really want one, but we were not standing in a queue for as long as it was, and we just both felt so claustrophobic in the shop. We were like, no, we're leaving now, that's it. They had these really cool little drinks as well at Pandora. They're like purpley, like slush puppies, I think. They are really, really nice. Definitely go and get yourself one. I can't remember what they were called, but they are in the main shop in the Pandora land. Really good, definitely worth it. I didn't get to do Frozen. This little face can tell you it all. I was heartbroken. We didn't get to do Pandora. We didn't get to do Frozen. I tried, I really did, but by the time we got there, we really only went to Epcot for like the afternoon, evening. We already had a fast pass, a couple of fast passes booked, and I thought, oh, it's fine, we'll just queue up and go. It's just queue times, they're such a long, and when you're there all day, the parks are tiring themselves. You definitely need to have a break and you need to plan your day, because otherwise you will not get anything done. If you're lucky enough to be staying at the hotel, you get to be in there an extra hour before and after, which would come massive in handy, because otherwise if you go during a peak season, I think we went in May, end of May, beginning of June, and even that was so busy. We just we're not one for queuing. So another ride that I have to say I was blown away by at Disney was Pirates of the Caribbean. Whoa, the special effects on that, hands down to the cast, hands down to the people who designed that. That's incredible. I was just like this the whole way through. Loved it. Brilliant. Honestly, do it. If you go in, go. That's a fast pass right there. Amazing. And the land that's in itself, I think it's Adventureland, that is really, really good. Absolutely loved it there. I think we went to a restaurant in there. I can't remember what it was, but it did like burgers, nuggets, everything. Absolutely brilliant. Go. Tomorrowland. Every time I think of Tomorrowland, I think of the ride. It's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shine at the end of every day. That is such the most cheesiest and crap place I've ever been in my life, but it sticks in your head forever. The whole of the holiday, every time, it was silence for me and Adam. That was what I sung. I just go, babe, guess what? What? There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. You're gonna keep singing it for the rest of the day, I can assure you. We didn't get to do It's a Small World. Apparently that's another one of those rides that's really annoying, but we didn't get to do it, didn't have time. There's loads. I'm looking at my phone right now, all the rides that are at Disney. There's loads we did not get to do, which I'm actually really, really gutted now. A lot of them look quite cool. When you're there, you kind of just think, oh no, that's not going to be that good, I'm not going to bother. but I'm actually kind of gutted. There is a nice little ride. I wouldn't even say it's a ride. There's a nice little thing for you to see if you're looking for views and somewhere like for really pretty photos. Is the treetop, which is in Magical Kingdom. The Robinson family tree. The views from that are so nice. And you get some really pretty pictures from up there. Definitely go and have a look. It takes 5-10 minutes of your time. Go have a look. You will not regret it. There's loads of little spots for photos, like a lot of you will probably see the purple wall, that's in Epcot, and it's, as you walk into Epcot, you've got obviously got the ball, you go under the ball, and you've got this like massive fountain. If you go to the right of that, there's like this hideaway section, it's got that purple geometric wall. That is where all the pictures are taken on for Instagram. Go have a little look over there, take some photos, really, really good. Epcot has to be one of the best parks, by the way. That is one of my favourite parks, other than, I think, Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom we went to twice because we really, really enjoyed it. Epcot actually we went to twice. Loved it. The English part of Epcot, if you've seen from my other vlogs, is the funniest thing ever. It's really not what London's like. If any of you American or not, anywhere all over the world, London is not like the Disney London, I can assure you. But yeah, Christmas shops there are incredible. I wish I could have come home with absolutely everything. But again, I didn't buy anything while I was out there, which I wish I had now. So it's all the more reason to go back, really. But like I said before, doing Disney over 10 days, if we were doing pure Disney for 10 days, I think it would have been fine. So if you are going and you don't want to do Universal, definitely do just Disney. You won't regret it. But Universal for me is so much better as a park, but let's not destroy Disney, because we're doing a Disney vlog right now. But yeah, it was incredible. It was just, for us, the queue times, food queue times as well, let's add to that, is not good. Adam was standing in the queue for ages and he just was not moving, and he was getting more and more angry because he's hungry, and it just wasn't worth anyone's time. You do need to be prepared for, make sure you take your factor 50. I cannot advise this enough. You need to have sun cream. No matter what you say, oh, I want a tan, you don't. Get yourself factor 50. I can guarantee you will still tan with that on. It's ridiculously humid out there. As soon as you get off the plane, you will feel the humidity. So be prepared, drink loads of water, be sensible with it, and definitely make sure you keep hydrated and you eat. I found, because I wasn't eating, I was getting quite poorly every day. So you do need to make sure you eat and you look after yourself. But also make sure in your bag that you go to Disney, you pack either one of the rain mats that you can get at Disney, or an umbrella, because when it pours, I'll put your video in now, you can see when it pours, it's ridiculous. When it rains in Disney, it's a complete different ball game. You cannot escape it. We were running up the main street at Disney, just like, it's raining, get to the next shop. And then you go out in the rain, you're soaking wet, and you go into one of their air-conditioned buildings. Oh, that is horrible. It's the worst thing ever, but it is nice when you've been in the park all day. We did Magical Kingdom, that was our first Disney park. We did that all day. Minute it opened to the minute we suffered. Big time suffered. But yeah, be prepared. The Florida weather can change automatically, and if you're going to a water park, they will close the rides. If it has got thunderstorms or there's a chance of a storm, they will just close it all completely. So be very, very prepared. The lighting's gone. Look, the lighting's gone. It's no longer daytime, it's nighttime. But yeah, Disney will just shut their water parks down if they feel that it's safe. They've got like one rule there. You know, you can do everything, you can go in the water, do whatever, but the minute there's lightning, you get out, and they are strict on that, and they will just stop everything. So safety first, I guess, but be prepared with the Florida weather. It's very unexpected, and it's not forgiving either. Make sure you wear really comfortable footwear at the parks. I cannot advise that any more than sun cream. If you've got rubbish shoes on, you are going to suffer. You will do miles of walking. I think on an average day there, we would do 60, 70,000 steps because it is so massive. You don't realise how big the one park actually is. And you are walking and walking and walking, and then you're standing in a queue, and then you stop it and you're walking. But then you've also got to cater for the fact that when it rains or if you go on a water ride, you are going to get soaked. So you need to make sure you've got, I managed to get, if you saw from what I packed for Disney, was my Skechers. They are amazing. My mum and dad got them for me. They were about £40 from the Skechers store. They're nothing special to look at, but they are comfortable, they're memory foam, they're waterproof, and they're sandals. For these people who wear trainers, you're brilliant. I could not wear trainers, my feet just sweat too much. So they are the best form of sandals I've got. I've heard Havana's do some really, really nice sandals that are really comfortable, so get yourself a pair because you're going to need them. You're also going to want to dress for the sticky humidity weather that's there. You do not want to wear trousers while you're out there. I can assure you, wear shorts. Just plain comfortable shorts. Again, Primark and we're incredible. £1.50 for shorts. Go and get them because you're going to live in them. And baggy t-shirts. Do not bother putting on really tight clothing. You are just going to sweat. It's not pretty to look at. So I found by wearing like either a swimming costume or a bikini underneath, and then having either a strappy top, or I would just wear a really baggy strappy top, was really helped me out massively. And make sure you stick your hair on top of your head. It may look pretty for the first 15 minutes when you get there, you take your first photo at the castle, but after that, stick it on top of your head because you're gonna suffer. It will stick to you, it goes frizzy. Make sure you put heat defense on because it's gonna burn. It's horrible. I make sure all girls tie your hair up. It's not worth it. I understand you want to look pretty for a photo, but you're gonna suffer, you're gonna sweat. Makeup as well, that's another thing. I know you want to get pictures, you want to look really pretty, and if you're doing the Instagram thing, you do want to put loads of makeup on, but it's going to just drip off of your face. And I think people are probably watching this thinking, no, that's not going to happen. It honestly does. You will be fine for 15, maybe an hour, you'll be fine. The minute you either get off one ride and you walk into the next, or the heat properly hits you, you are gonna drench your face. I just stopped wearing makeup while I was there. It was just got to a point where you're like, I just can't wear any more makeup. There's only so many times I can reapply foundation before it just becomes, I become a mess. I was a hot, sticky mess. Advice which you probably would see from my vlog is definitely go and get yourself the wet wipes. You can get them in Tesco's, as the pound shop. Little packs. They really do come in handy when you're standing in a queue or you're just walking around and you start to sweat like I find, because they've got quite big legs, big thighs. My legs obviously do rub together, so I had to keep washing them down, otherwise your legs become so sore. You need to do it. It's a must. Any girls that have got big thighs like I have, you need to keep your legs moist, girly. Love that word. But yeah, also make sure you carry on you in your bag, you must have some sort of paracetamol. I find because I've got so sensitive stomach, the like Rennie tablets, they come in such hand. They're brilliant because the food is so fattening in comparison to, I guess, what we're used to. But yeah, you need to make sure you look after your health. You're gonna get a headache while you're out there, can guarantee that. Make sure you carry paracetamol with you. And when you're back at your hotel room, I found Walmart do these like cool and soothe things out there. I've actually bought a load home because they were amazing. They do come in handy, do use them. But you will, yeah, definitely you're going to need to get yourself plasters as well. I know they've got stalls all over the parks, you can buy them, but they're just so much more expensive. You're better off just taking them in your own bag when you're there and being prepared, because you probably will get blisters if you haven't worn your shoes in properly or you're wearing uncomfortable shoes. Yeah, you definitely need to take breaks as well while you're at Disney. the biggest mistake we found was when we did Magical Kingdom. We didn't know what to expect, and we ended up completely exhausted by about 3-4 o'clock because we didn't take a break. We were just constantly on the go, because you want to see everything, you want to do, you're like, oh, that's so amazing, let's go and do this, let's go and do that, and you're all over the place. You're not actually thinking, right, let's stop for 5 minutes. You need to. We ended up doing, in the morning we'd go for like a swim, we'd be sitting by our pool. We wouldn't actually go to the parks until about 1-2 o'clock because we found that you need that break. Otherwise, if you're there all day, it is so tiring, and you do not understand how tiring it is until you've done it. But you need 100%, if you are first timer for Disney, take breaks. Do not expect to do everything you want to do in one day. It's not going to happen. So be prepared. But then I guess the whole thing of not getting everything done in one day is not a bad thing. It means you get to go back another time.